Possible letdown spot for an NFC playoff contender. This is Brad Powers, pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. We're indeed talking Monday Night Football action. We've got a decent one for you here. We got the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Fez, great Monday night winner on an underdog last week with the Dolphins. You going right back with the underdog here?
Right back with the Tampa Bay Bucks plus the 6. It's all about Atlanta being in a terrible scheduling spot. Let's look at the last 5 games of the year that the Falcons play. They host the Vikings, really need the game to stay up there with the NFC contenders, lose a hard-fought game. Now their season on the line. They host the Saints. They find a way to get it done. They win that game. They're going to look ahead. They know they go to the Saints next week. They also play Carolina week 17. The one game that's not against an NFC contender, it's this game against the Tampa Bay Bucks that they easily could overlook.
Yeah, and you talk about the scheduling spot. Last week, they absolutely needed that game, like you say all the time, like blood against New Orleans. They got it. No thanks to their quarterback. Matty Ice looked like he put his hands in dry ice in that game. He looked awful.
3 interceptions, 2 of them terrible. Literally, you're watching that game. I was on Atlanta, and I'm yelling, "What are you doing?" as he throws the interception in the end zone. He gives the game away, and they're going to lose, and their season's going to be over. And then their defense somehow, I would not even say their defense. Drew Brees makes a critical mistake, throws an interception at the end of the game that saves Atlanta and saves their season. But put an asterisk by that. You got to be concerned about Matty Ryan.
All right, let's talk about the spot here. You said it's a bad spot, but they do have extra rest here. That was a game, the Saints game played last Thursday. This is a Monday night. Usually that's a benefit. 11 days rest?
I would much rather they have 10 days rest. If they play Thursday, I'd much rather the game be on Sunday, because then the other team would only have a normal work week. But the truth is that Tampa Bay gets 8 days to prepare as well. So both teams with extra prep time, I think, will be fully ramped up and ready.
And being ramped up kind of for Tampa Bay leads you in your second main handicap.
It's the game of the year for the Bucs. Hey, we saw this last week with the Miami Dolphins. Nothing to play for, not going to make the playoffs, all-in effort. And here we have a situation with the Bucs that they haven't had a meaningful game in over a month. You can definitely look at this and say, you know what, Atlanta, Super Bowl team last year. This Monday night bright lights game is circled.
Yeah, and you look at Tampa Bay, yes, they've lost a bunch of games, but quite a few of them here, even recently, have been quite close.
Yeah, if you were catching 6.5 on Tampa Bay over the last 5 games, then you'd be 4-1 against the spread. And guess what? The one game that they wouldn't have covered is the game that they went to Atlanta. A game they're catching 10 points on. They're covering the entire game. Atlanta gets a very late garbage touchdown against them, misleading final score where they lose to 14. And look at how eerily similar this handicap is to last week, where we had a situation where Miami had just gotten blown out by New England a few weeks earlier, and then they got them at home in a game New England would be overlooking. And now we've got an Atlanta team that blew out the Bucs a few weeks earlier and has a look-ahead sandwich spot as well.
Eerily similar spot here. Let's go ahead and get another winner in this one. Let's make it official.
Let's make it official. Atlanta is in a scheduling sandwich. They just played big games versus the Vikings and New Orleans, and they have the Saints on deck. And this is Tampa Bay's game of the year. Under the Monday Night Football bright lights, this is the one game they want to win here in 2017. The Fez Mess says take the Bucs plus the 6. More videos, pregame.com.